how can someone become a good storyteller? You've been doing this. What are some practical tips?
Wow. Okay. So this is something so many people ask me how, right? And I think my simplest answer is to just do it. You know, how do I tell my story? लिखो ना story यार. मतलब लिखो तो एक ड्राफ्ट तो लिखो तुम पहले फिर come to me and tell me कि अच्छा ठीक है, how can I improve this draft? But if you don't have something on paper, how do I even, that's not even the first step, right? So I think we are so we are wired in such a way now that somehow the first step only we want to take so cautiously कि हमें सब पता होना चाहिए before I step on that stage. But make a mistake na, get on that stage and make a mistake, forget that line. So many people tell me I'm so scared to get on stage because what if I forget something? So forget na. What is the worst that can happen? You will remember you forgot something. Audience पे किसी को याद भी नहीं रहेगा कि आप कुछ भूले थे या that show, and that's it. Nobody will remember. You are taking yourself so seriously. So this would be my first thing. But then if I move on to थोड़ी बहुत technicalities or stuff that I personally follow is I think reading helps a lot. Just reading, consuming content that helps, gives you ideas. One thing that I read very recently that I've been trying to practice, I was reading a book called The Artist's Way recently, and the author talks about this really beautiful thing called filling the well. So the idea is that all human beings have like a creative well, basically, right? So all artists, and which is everybody is an artist, and that's what I'm considering. And everybody has a well that is full of images, right? So every time you are creating something or you're putting something out, you're basically drawing from those images or experiences in the well, and you are creating something. So basically, this well, as you keep creating, is getting drained, right? It's getting dried up. So one of the most important things is to keep filling up this well. So you can become a storyteller if you don't let this well dry up. So to meet new people, to gain more experiences, to travel, to talk to people, to have conversations, this is how you fill up this creative well, right? And once you do that, you will have stories to tell. And once you have stories to tell, by default, you're going to want to tell those stories. You'll write those stories and you will tell them, right? And everything else becomes secondary, right? Once you go on stage, the only way to get comfortable with the mic is to actually spend time with the mic. That's true for anything, right? So I am still scared before I go up on stage, right? I've performed so many places in front of big crowds, but I'm still, before I get on the stage, I'm very nervous. But that relationship has changed, right? My first story, when I performed, I was so nervous, I was pacing up and down the venue. But today I don't do that. So it's gotten better because I'm more comfortable with the mic. I feel like if I goof up on the mic, I can handle the mic. I can handle my audience. And that is something that comes through practice. If there are practical things that, if the practical tools that I can talk about is something, spend a lot of time, if you've written something, rehearsing it in front of the mirror. It really, really helps, right? Like just knowing your expressions, just knowing your hand movements, knowing how you are modulating your voice. All these things come a very, very long way. These little things, and I feel the more authentic you are to yourself, like don't try to copy somebody's style of talking or narrating. The more authentic you are, the more the people will resonate to your stories, because you're telling a story, right? And it's your story, so you'll be able to do justice to it only if you are completely yourself when you're on that stage, right?